I've got some good news and I got some bad news. Take it back. I have some bad news and some more bad news. The bad news is Liv Morgan is hurt. The other bad news is the WWE now has to pivot and pivot hard. Now, Liv Morgan has been one of the better talents on the roster lately. I've certainly come along. I've come around on Liv Morgan, certainly. She was one of the better talents. Being featured a lot. She found her character with Dom, his heel run. I think her work has improved since dropping the belt, which I said was going to happen. She's been featured a lot, all over the TV, multiple segments. Now, the problem here is with this injury, you now have to pretty much rip everything apart and start from scratch when it comes to the storyline she was in, for the most part. That's the beauty and the curse of being featured a lot. If you are featured a lot and you are all over the screen in several segments, you're tied to different threads, right? Liv Morgan was messing around with Nikki Bella. Liv Morgan had a storyline with Io brewing, where she probably would have had a match at Night of Champions. Liv Morgan was in a storyline with Finn Balor, which involved Raquel, which involved Roxanne Perez. I was certainly enjoying her work. Whenever she came on the screen, I was paying attention. I was locked in. Like, oh, Liv Morgan's playing. I'll be on my phone. Liv Morgan shows up. Oh, Liv Morgan, me lock in. That's how good she's been. I've enjoyed her work. I am completely a fan. Good in the ring, good in backstage segments, good on the mic, really top talent, and fully deserved all the time she was getting. The downside is, like I said before, now we have to fill a lot of holes with this injury. So what can be done? Because apparently, according to reports, I mean, this is breaking right now, for crying out loud. I mean, look at this. Liv Morgan played if I can speak today, Liv Morgan's dislocated shoulder requires surgery. And just pop it back in. Okay, it requires surgery, which means what? It means she's gonna be out for 3 to 6 months, which sucks. Man, that sucks. It's yeah, it's bad. It's bad for Liv Morgan first and foremost. Wishing her a speedy recovery. This is a woman who is out for a shoulder injury already. So it's a second shoulder injury. So her shoulder has had issues. Clearly, it wasn't even a very bad bump, and now she's out. That sucks. So what is I'm on freaking eggplants page right now. So what is the plan here? What can be done? Again, first and foremost, Liv Morgan, speedy recovery, come back soon. Maybe Royal Rumble if we're lucky. Royal Rumble, it just sucks. Like doing her best work, right on TV. So much good stuff coming from her. Now she's out. That sucks. And yeah, that's just a downer. Putting that aside for a second, what can be done? Like, what's the plan here? If you were given the keys to pivot, what would you do? That's going to be like the part of this stream. And after that, I'll answer whatever question you guys have. And I'll open the floor up to you guys. But for this video, we're going to focus on what can be done about Liv Morgan storylines and how would you wrap it up or continue it, make it make sense. Because right now, it doesn't really. Unfortunately, her injury it's not a good time to have an injury at all. Never a good time for these type of injuries. But this injury came at the worst time for WWE creatively. By the way, what's up? My name is Will with Exposed IWC. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's see if we can make sense of this. Just put Roxanne in her place. I don't think it's that simple. Just give Roxanne Liv's matches. Bump for Liv Morgan 6 months. We'll see. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's start with Judgment Day storylines. Right now, Liv Morgan was in a storyline with Finn Balor, where Finn Balor was trying to get on her bad side. He was trying to use Roxanne to get at Liv Morgan, and it was working. Liv Morgan was losing matches. Roxanne was getting on her nerves, and that was really the feud. It's really the Liv Morgan versus Finn Balor thing with Dom attached. With Liv Morgan out, the simplest solution is just to pivot to full-on Dom versus Finn. You put Raquel with Dom on Dom's side. You put Roxanne on Finn Balor's side. Like that's how it's been. That kind of makes sense. So just pivot to that rivalry. The Judgment Day beef becomes Dom and Finn. So just remove Liv Morgan. Simple enough. Okay. Now, again, on Raw, Liv Morgan came out to the ring to challenge Io Sky. So who takes her spot at Night of Champions? I do believe Liv Morgan was going to prove herself by beating Kairi Sane and then challenging Io Sky at Night of Champions. Now you could just say, oh, let's put Roxanne in her spot. Well, Roxanne, she has a match with Jade coming up, right? So let's say Roxanne's going to lose, which would have been on Raw. So she's going to lose to Jade Cargill and then get a title shot? See, that's a problem, right? Liv Morgan went down to the ring, challenged Io, and was going to beat Io's tag team partner or friend, Kairi Sane, to get the title shot, right? Because that was going to be her earning it. Roxanne's going to lose to Jade Cargill. And then what? Get a title shot? It doesn't make sense. Gotta make stuff make sense when it comes to creative. We are, what is it? This is the 18th, right? This is the 18th. She has a match, Roxanne Perez, on the 23rd against Jade Cargill. Night of Champions is that Saturday. You can't lose to Jade and get a title shot. It makes no sense. So what are you doing for that match? Honestly, guys, I would not be surprised one bit if Io's match is scrapped completely. I mean, scrapped. No Io Sky title defense at Night of Champions. It's possible, by the way. It's possible. And my laptop is not plugged in. Hey, give me 1 second, like 5 seconds to plug this in. I don't want you guys to see me run around over here. Give me 1 second. That would have been bad for my laptop to die. Like I said, Liv Morgan was challenging Io, and now she's out. So what are you gonna do? Raw needs to reshuffle the heels. I agree. Yeah, Io might miss Night of Champions entirely. I agree. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. Raw needs to reshuffle. I just read that one. Roxanne can attack Kairi. Roxanne can lose to Jade Cargill, attack Kairi, and get a title shot. Well, let me read your result. Let me not say your let me not scoff at your comment here. Let me read it first. Roxanne can attack Kairi, then Io could get involved in Jade versus Roxanne and cost her the match. I see what you're putting down there. I see. So why does Roxanne attack Kairi? Just because? I get it. When you have to pivot, you can't really complain, right? Beggars can't be choosers. Got to pivot, whatever, right? So she attacks Kairi Sane. Then Io Sky comes down there to screw Roxanne. Roxanne's upset. And then she gets a title shot. It's wonky, but again, it's a pivot. It can't be perfect. I understand that, right? You can do, I get it. I see the vision. Besides Roxanne, is that it? Is that the only option we have here? I get not doing Rhea. That's not happening, right? That's not happening at this build. Too short a build. But besides that, is Roxanne the only option here? Are they really that pigeonholed? Do they really not have any heels set up with any type of heat? I guess not. Look at the heels on Raw right now. Ivy Nile, Roxanne, and Liv. Liv was probably your top heel, not a champion, because right now Becky Lynch is champion. Now doing Becky Lynch against Io Sky. Unless you do Becky Lynch against Io Sky. That'd be a crazy pivot. Right now, Becky Lynch is facing Bayley next week. Let's say Becky wins, okay? And Becky goes backstage, sees Io, talks shit. You can get a champion for a championship match. Why not? It's a pivot, right? It's a one-off pivot. It's a one-off pivot. Liv Morgan was gonna be a one-off pivot. Why can't you do Becky against Io at Night of Champions for the world title? Becky beats Bayley. Becky gets a title shot by talking shit to Io. Champion versus champion. Maybe Bayley comes down there or Lyra come down there to get involved in the match. Becky tried to cheat. Lyra comes down there to interfere or like to get at Becky. Io retains. And then Becky Lynch is upset next week. Hey, you screwed me. I would have been 2 belts Becky again. That's wrong. I would have been Becky 2 belts. I would have been Becky 2 belts. But you screwed me. That leads to Evolution. I figured it out. There you have it, folks. I did it. I done it, folks. Becky Lynch beats Bayley. Backstage, runs into Io. Champion versus champion. Talk shit. Io says, fine. I want to face you, Becky. I never beat you. Has Io ever faced Becky one-on-one? Io, Sky, cage match. Probably during the whole damage control feud. Probably. I'm tripping. Matches. I'm tripping. For sure she has. For sure she has. Becky. Tag match, tag match, tag match, tag match, tag match. There it is on Raw 2023. Becky defeats Io Sky back in 2023. So there's my thought, guys. What do you think? Am I wrong? Let's see. Becky beat Io back in 2022. Oh, in 2023, by the way. It's 2023. Dakota would have been perfect for Io. Sure. But what do you guys think about my solution? Becky versus Io and Night of Champions. Becky faces Bayley next week on Raw. Then you have Lyra and Becky come down there during the match. When Becky tried to cheat, whatever, that spills into Evolution. Becky, Lyra, Bayley. So Io should be jobbed to Liv Morgan? What are you talking about? Becky versus Io? Nah. Why not Pedro? Explain yourself. Just don't give me the nah. Why not? It's a one-off. It's a pivot. You gotta do what you gotta do. Beggars can't be choosers. What are you gonna do? Roxanne, Io? Fine. But Roxanne could come off a loss. Okay. Now your solution was fine. Roxanne talks shit backstage, whatever. Then she attacks Kairi saying sure. Io comes down there to screw Roxanne. But I don't understand how that gets a title shot. You attack Kairi saying, therefore, remember, Monday, here's the issue, folks. Here's the issue. Night of Champions is Saturday, the 28th, right? 28th. Roxanne faces Jade next week on the 23rd. So how do you build towards a Io match when Roxanne has a match on Monday? Right now, the character Roxanne Perez should be focused on winning the Queen of the Ring. That's her focus. Queen of the Ring. So she has to win that in her mind. So how can she be thinking about Io at Night of Champions when she has a match against Jade? So she loses to Jade, and then what? Oh, I don't understand what you're saying, but I just don't understand that. Like, I get it, the pivot, but honestly, I like the Becky Lynch. I think I like Becky versus Io better for Night of Champions. At least Becky would come off a win. Honestly, most likely approach, most likely solution, Io being off the card altogether. No Io Sky match. is probably the most likely thing that's going to happen around here. That's the simplest solution. Less of a headache. Just take her off the card. Nothing feels forced out of nowhere. You just take her off the card. So, first solution, Dom versus Finn for Judgment Day. That's the main focus, that rivalry, Dom and Finn. Now the champions, I do Becky EO for like a surprise champion versus championship match. If not, take her off the card. Now for the Nikki Bella, that's more of a weird one because right now that has more of a build than even the EO stuff. Liv was going to face Nikki Bella at Evolution. I proposed that it was possible they were going to do a 6-women tag match with Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel against the Bellas and Rhea Ripley. That's why I thought that was going to go. Because you had Roxanne and Rhea screwing each other twice now, back to back. I don't think that was going to be a one-on-one match. I think they're going to bring in the Bellas, have the Bellas get jumped by Judgment Day. By that I mean Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel. And then you would have heard Liv Morgan fans' Nightmare song, "This is my brutality." Rhea's going to run down there and save the Bellas from a beatdown. Then you would have gotten this 6-woman tag match. That can happen clearly because Liv Morgan is injured. So now what? Now what do you do with the Bellas at Evolution? Let's see. You could simply do one-on-one match between Raquel, not one-on-one match, a tag match, Raquel and Roxanne against the Bellas. Problem is there's no heels on that show that are worth a damn, creatively at least. Let's say you wanted to keep the 6-woman tag intact. What are you gonna do? Who are you gonna pull? Ivy Nile? It would have been Ivy Nile and Roxanne and Raquel against the Bellas and Rhea Ripley? Weird. Have Roxanne take Liv tag titles. That's another point. Oh yeah, another layer to that, right? The tag team titles. Liv Morgan, that's 4 things. Judgment Day, Liv EO, Liv Nikki, and the tag titles. What are you gonna do with the tag titles? What are you gonna do? Honestly, having Roxanne take her spot, it works for the story, but I think it might be time to take the tag belts off of Raquel and Judgment Day altogether and move it to somewhere, because you can tell they have a storyline with the Judgment Day already that doesn't involve the women's tag titles. Maybe move the women's tag titles somewhere else so you can have an actual storyline. I think Raquel dropped the tag titles. So yeah, put it on Roxanne and then drop the belts. To the Bellas, whatever. To her, Secret Harvest, whatever, right? I think they should drop the belts. I just think so. I don't want to see a fill-in tag team again where Roxanne takes Liv Morgan's spot. There won't be tag titles. There won't be tag team champions when Liv Morgan comes back anyway. If it's 3 to 6 months, I don't think it's gonna be that long, right? So just rip the band-aid off now. Have Raquel and Roxanne drop the belts to the Bellas at Evolution. Sorry, Rhea Ripley, you're off the show. That's crazy. Yeah, this whole thing just screws up everything, right? Because she was tied to everything. Liv Morgan had so many tentacles out of there. So now, what are you going to do with Rhea Ripley? The 6-woman tag makes so much sense for them. But now with Liv Morgan out, what are you going to do? What can you do with Rhea Ripley now? You need some heels. You need legitimate heels on Raw that are worth a damn. That's Pedro. That's a solid option. Sorry, Brie, but they can do that because Brie has not been on the show yet. It sucks if the plan was to have Brie on the show, then it sucks. But technically, she was not involved yet. She hasn't been on TV, so you can do Roxanne and Raquel against Rhea Ripley and Nikki. That makes the most sense. That's the cleanest thing to do for Evolution. Pedro, you're correct. Sorry, Brie Bella. You weren't on the show yet, so you're easiest to eliminate. Had she shown up on the show, they'd be in trouble. But because Brie has not been on the show, just do Nikki and Roxanne. I'm sorry, Nikki and Rhea Ripley against Roxanne and Raquel. Clean, makes sense. No issues there. It's in storyline. It's good to go. That's what you should do. The tag titles been online? No tag titles. Maybe Brie shows up at the show. That's how you do it. Maybe Roxanne and Raquel try to cheat, and Brie shows up to help. Brie helps them win the match. Rhea Ripley and Nikki stand tall in the ring. That's what you do. So I agree. That's the solution. Let's do Rhea and Nikki against Roxanne and Raquel. That's the solution. So we figured out Judgment Day, Finn, Dom. That's the main storyline. Evolution, Rhea, Nikki against Roxanne and Raquel. Io Sky, take her off the show, or I would do Becky Lynch, Io as a one-off, and then you can have Becky try to cheat, have Lyra and Bayley get involved. That spills into a triple threat at Evolution. Io moves on. Perfect. Tag titles. You can have Roxanne fill in for now, but then they drop the belts to the Bellas. Maybe honestly, if you think about it, Evolution is July 13th. SummerSlam is like 3 weeks away. Have the Bellas beat Raquel and Roxanne for the belts at SummerSlam. Solved it. That's my story. I'm taking to it. Perfect. Clear as a bell. No complaints. Io against Kyrie and Night of Champions. You would have to have Kyrie saying just, I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all. It could be a friendly match. Kyrie Sane can say, you know what, Io Sky, this is what you do. A backstage segment where you have Io talking to Adam Pearce or whoever. Io Sky, we're looking for an opponent for you at Night of Champions. We're struggling to find an opponent. Well, that's kind of silly because why wouldn't Rhea Ripley want that spot? But whatever. Kyrie steps up and said, Io, I respect you. You're my friend, but I want a shot at the title. Simple as that. Again, this is a pivot. The show is in 2 weeks. You can't really spend that much time building it up. You can have Kyrie saying just challenge her, and Io say, I accept my friend, and that's it. Or I believe that Becky Io is more fun for that show. But you can do Kyrie Io, sure. I believe that storyline wise, creatively, Becky Io is the most fun match you could do. It makes a lot of sense to me. Considering Becky Lynch is full of herself, and right now she's riding high because she's champion, the mid-card belt, and I can see her beating Bayley. She's going to be Bayley, right? Then saying, hey, Io, you and me not a champions. Io would definitely accept that. I just love that idea more. The more I think about it, I just love Becky Lynch just being a brat and trying to challenge for that belt. Losing, of course, because again, the Night of Champions is just going one-off anyway. So we do a one-off match with Io Becky. I love that idea. Sucks because it's literally the worst case scenario for Liv Morgan. Yes, it's worse. It's terrible. She's missing SummerSlam, probably missing Evolution. She was doing great work. It's great storyline for her with Finn. It's terrible, man. It's just, it sucks like hell, man. I can't. It's awful. Yeah, agree, Nicholas. We're on the same page. Tried to cheat on Io. She's gonna be hot. The crowd gonna be hot for her. Have a heel like Becky, who's popular, who is a big name, tried to cheat Io, and she beats Becky Lynch on the big stage. That is a good moment for Io. We're talking about Io's reign and how it's been kind of disappointing because of bad creative. Let her beat Becky Lynch. Let her pin her. And Becky tried to cheat. Makes sense to me. Turn Asuka heel after Queen in the Ring. No problem with that, but that doesn't solve the Night of Champions situation because I predict that Asuka will beat. Who's gonna win, Asuka or Alexa Bliss? Either way, I don't love the match for Night of Champions, right? Asuka beats Alexa Bliss, well then she's out of that match because she had the match at Night of Champions for the Queen of the Ring tournament final, right? If she loses, well then she's a loser. And now she should challenge Io? Nah. So I don't love Asuka for Night of Champions. For Evolution, for later on, sure, but for Night of Champions, don't love Asuka for that. Don't want people losing matches, getting a title shot immediately. That was the whole point of Io saying, Liv Morgan, you have to prove yourself or have to earn it, right? That's the whole point. You can't tell me that Triple H has, let me try that again. You can't tell me that Triple H and Creative is purposely sabotaging, it's Slayer, of course, Io's reign. You hear how the crowd was cheering for Io. She's still over as hell despite being benched backstage. Now, Triple H will argue she's still hot on screen because barely on TV. The crowd loves her and misses her all the time because she's barely on TV. Therefore, she stays hot. That'd probably be his explanation or his how he spin it, that she's hot right now because she's not overexposed all the time and they love her when they see her. Do I agree? Nah. I think Io Sky should be on TV more. I think she should be wrestling more often, not every week. That's stupid, but at least once or twice a month she should wrestle because she's so damn good. But yeah, it depends on what you want to do. Charlotte versus Alexa for Evolution makes sense storyline wise. I agree. All right, so we solved it. So here's my to finally wrap it up. Finally, here's my final solution. Liv Morgan has a lot of storylines that she's connected to. Here it is. This is how you fix it. If I had the pin, Dom versus Finn Balor is the top storyline for Judgment Day. Just carry on with that. Liv Morgan was scheduled to face Io Sky, I believe, at Night of Champions. Just do Io against Becky Lynch for a fun one-off. Becky Lynch is a champion, is winning matches. That'd be a good win for Io Sky on her reign. Because I think, probably, honestly, guys, I still believe Io will face Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, and then it's over. So give her a good win against Becky Lynch, a 4-horsewoman, at Night of Champions. For the Evolution match, I would just do Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley against Roxanne and Raquel. That makes the most sense. Tag titles, Roxanne takes the belt, but they drop the belts to Brie and Nikki at SummerSlam. Twins get the belts. Yeah, that's it. Am I missing something? That was all of it, right? Yeah, that's it. That's my solution. What say you? We can't compare the WWE to Stardom. WWE will always value the male champions over the women. Well, Stardom, there is no men. It's a female promotion. All right. WWE gives and WWE takes away. We got Asuka's theme back, but they took Jordan Grace's theme away. That's weird, right? Io Sky's has a new like graphic, I believe. It looks cool. I like what they're doing with the graphics for the Titantron, right? Those are all cool. Themes, hit miss. I thought Blake Monroe's theme is good. I thought Jordan Grace's theme was kind of meh. So yeah, it's hit and miss. People don't want to give credit where credit is due. I think Def Rebel has some good stuff, but very hit and miss, not consistent. But we have to give them credit where credit is due. I do believe Blake Monroe's stuff is good. Her song is good. All right, so that's all I had to say about Liv Morgan. I'll now open up the floor to questions about anything. What you got? Dead Rebel have more bad than good? It's subjective, but you're probably not wrong there. Yeah, Liv Morgan had the best stuff going, man. It sucks. It really does suck. I love what they were doing with her. It was great. But we just have to hope that she gets back healthy and that maybe it's Royal Rumble appearance, maybe. I don't know. It just sucks. I don't know how long she's gonna be out. It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months. It just sucks all around. Surgery is not a serious stuff. It sucks, man. Do you think Liv and Dom are done? No. I think they'll pick it up when she returns. They'll pick that up when she returns. Fightful said WWE wants more ownership over themes. So they changed Jordan Grace's theme. They didn't own it. Probably, yeah. Kyrie or Asuka jealous storyline? Kyrie. But they have to hurry because I think Rhea Ripley is winning at SummerSlam. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You can laugh at me later on. But I think Rhea Ripley winning that belt at SummerSlam. If not, she's winning it at the next PLE. Because again, there's a PLE in Australia. Champion versus champion. And my mind, not a chance in hell that the Eradicator not champion heading into that PLE. I would be flabbergasted if she was not champion heading into Australia. So sometime between now and Australia, in Perth, for Crown Jewel, Rhea Ripley will win that damn belt, probably off of Io Sky. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Maybe Io versus Asuka at SummerSlam. Sure. Here's the question. Well, all the people are saying Io Sky against Asuka, against Kairi Sane at SummerSlam. Cool. Tell me what the most over woman in a damn division is doing at SummerSlam. If you're going to tell me that Io Sky is facing Asuka at SummerSlam, tell me what Rhea Ripley is doing at that show. I'm all ears. It sucks that Liv Morgan and Bianca missing Evolution. Yeah, it sucks. It really does. Don't get me started on Bianca, man. Maybe Rhea Ripley beats Io at Crown Jewel. I doubt it. Why? Because they're doing, it's confirmed, I believe, they're doing champion versus champion on Rhea Ripley's birthday. Therefore, she must be champion heading into that show. Because they're doing the big belts, those big Crown Jewel belts. It hasn't gone away. It's still happening. Rhea versus Stephanie. That's a SummerSlam match. What's the story, though? Stephanie's a face. Rhea's a face. We can make it happen, sure, but... It's possible. I mean, it's fiction. You can make it at. You can write it, but... Wow. So Asuka against Io and Rhea Ripley against Stephanie? For what? Like, I would love to know storyline that pits Io against Stephanie while Io Sky, I'm sorry, is it Io? That pits Rhea Ripley against Stephanie while Io is facing Asuka. I love to know that one. I would love to know that storyline. When does Tiffany Nia Jax 2 happen? Night of Champions. It will be confirmed on Friday. That match will be confirmed Friday. You're getting Tiffany against Nia Jax. I will be shocked. Maybe they do SmackDown. Remember, SmackDown is in Saudi. So there will be a big match on that show. So they could do Tiffany Nia Jax on the SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. So that's possible. Whether it's Saudi, whether it's SmackDown, or whether it's Night of Champions, I believe Tiffany will face Nia Jax in Saudi Arabia. Correct. Evolution is on the 13th of July. SummerSlam is 3 weeks after that. SummerSlam is August the 2nd. 2 nights. So yeah, it's 3 weeks afterwards. 1, 2. Am I crazy? Listen, SummerSlam. Is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? Is yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks after Evolution is SummerSlam. Yeah. Take it back. It's 3 weeks. I was wrong. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. SmackDown back 2 hours. Might be bad. It'd be bad for mid-card. It'd be bad for Julia and Chelsea Green and for the women. There was one point when they were doing 2 men's matches and 2 women's matches on SmackDown. That was pretty good. Equal men versus and women matches. Will that happen again? I don't know. But yeah, SmackDown 2 hours. It'll be a good show, but I fear some of the mid-card talent will not be featured. We will see. Not bad for Julia. Triple H is a simp. That's true. That's true. Triple H loves Julia, so she'll be one of the people who are featured. It'll be your Meechins and your B-Fabs and your Carmella Hayes that get screwed. I believe Julia is a priority for Triple H. Big time priority. So you don't have to worry. If you are a Julia stan, you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. How much longer is WWE going to push Jade Cargill? That's news for you, Bailey. A lot of pushing for Jade Cargill. Not the pushing that Naomi does. No, she'll be getting pushed very heavily. I think she's winning the Queen of the Ring tournament. I think that's the plan. Roxanne not pinning her. That's not happening. Roxanne is not going to pin her. But that tells me she's going to go to the final. And if Jade is in the final, she ain't losing. Okay, if Naomi was going to interfere in the tournament, it would have happened in the first round. So that tells me Cargill is going to the final. And if Jade Cargill goes to the final, she's probably going to win. Whether it's against Alexa Bliss or Asuka, yeah, it's a win for Jade Cargill. You're going to get Jade against Tiffany or Jade against Naomi, depending on what Naomi does with that briefcase. I'm guessing Jade, Tiffany, and then you have the Naomi cash-in stuff going on. And more importantly, for me at least, you also have the Bianca Belair. Intrigue there. What are they going to do with Bianca Belair and Naomi when she comes back? How would that play out? Will Bianca Belair stay on her own side? Will she join with Naomi? Will she face Naomi? Will she face Tiffany? There's so much. I think SmackDown is way more interesting for the women. Way more interesting than women. Right now, I think Io Sky is holding the belt for Rhea Ripley. She's holding it for her, keeping it warm for Rhea Ripley. On SmackDown, with Bianca and Tiffany and Charlotte and Jade and Bianca and that tension with the big three, there's more interesting stuff happening over there, I think, for the title. And don't forget, you know what? Let's not think about post SummerSlam. There is some news, according to some folks, that say the draft is coming after SummerSlam. But let's not even think about that. I don't want to fantasy book past SummerSlam. Let's just focus on SummerSlam. Let's not think about what happens after that, because apparently there is a draft, so that will change a lot of what's going on. Maybe they bring up Jordan Grace at that point. So yeah, we'll see. Let's just stop at SummerSlam. Let's don't think past SummerSlam at all. What does Blake Monroe do at Evolution? Maybe not wrestle. Maybe not. That is a very coveted spot on the card. On that card, we can't put everyone on the show. I think it's more likely, because remember, Great American Bash is happening the day before NXT, I think it's more likely that she has a match on that show than she does on Evolution. I think the women's top title for NXT will be on Evolution, but everything else will be on the Great American Bash. Let's talk about that, by the way, because a lot of people think that JC Jane is going to drop the belt to Blake maybe at Great American Bash, and Blake will have a match the next day. Is that possible? Yes. If you want to have a big star-studded match, maybe you want to do Blake Monroe against Jordan Grace. That makes sense to me. I don't think it's likely. I don't think so. I think what they're doing with JC Jane, kind of straightforward to me. The creative team keeps saying that JC Jane is the most beatable champion ever. Everybody's saying it. Even Laney Reed said it. The newcomer, Laney Reed, said that JC Jane is the most beatable champion. That tells me, when I put my storytelling cap on, that tells me that she's not going to lose. When creative team, any writer, is telling you over and over, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, she's easy to beat, she's easy to beat, you can't beat her, you can beat her easily, all right, she's not going to retain, she's not going to retain, she's not going to retain, guess what? She's going to retain. Remember Julia? Remember how when Julia came in, it's a foregone conclusion, Roxanne's got to be in trouble, she better be scared, Roxanne's going to lose, she's going to lose, she's going to lose. And what happened? She retained, right? And I called that one. I even called what was going to happen. And I got blocked by people online. I said, guess what? Cora Jade going to come down there, she's going to interfere, and Roxanne will retain. Blocked. You're blocked, Will. I'm blocking you. Excuse me, I'm just telling you what's going to happen. And sure enough, what happened? The for sure thing lost, right? When the creative team is telling you one thing over and over again, it's because of the setup, okay? Keep telling you that JC Jane is the most beatable champion ever. Guess what's going to happen? She's going to retain. Right now, we know that every time that she retains or wins a match, it's because of Fallon Henley. Fallon is the reason why she beat Stephanie Vicaire, and she's the reason why she retained. Okay? That's the storyline. She needs help from Fallon Henley. The day Fallon Henley decides to not help, she will lose. You could say that's going to happen at Great American Bash, sure. But I think it's weird to book that match knowing that there's another match happening the next day for Evolution. Like, why would Ava do that? That would suck for JC Jane. Have you seen her comments about Evolution? She's under the impression that she can be wrestling on that card. Now, things can change, but listen to this. Here's JC Jane talking about Evolution. Says, oh, it's super cool being on the show. I'm really excited about that. I remember watching Evolution as a kid. Groundbreaking show for the women, never seen before. Happy to be a part of it. And she's happy that she's going to be representing NXT. This is like an out of character interview, by the way. This is not in character, it's out of character, as you can tell, because she's being a babyface here. Motivated for it. She's excited about the opportunity. I'm going to say, hey, JC Jane, psych. It's going to be Blake Monroe. That was going to suck for her. I think, is it possible to have Blake face JC Jane? Sure. Is it possible to do Blake against like a Jordan Grace? Sure. I also think it's possible that you could do Blake Monroe against, I don't know, Fallon Henley at Great American Bash for like a big match for her. And then you could do like a Last Legend against JC Jane, where you have a JC Jane who's a heel with her heel faction, helping her retain against Last Legend. Last Legend hometown is Atlanta. Where's Evolution? In Atlanta. That kind of makes sense for her. Give Last Legend a Atlanta homecoming, a big spot for her at Evolution. JC Jane cheats by the help of Fallon Henley, and we move. Yeah, that's my solution. Just have Lash face JC Jane. Hometown pop for Last Legend. And have Fallon Henley help her win, and then you move on. Who wins a Fatal 4-Way? I'll say Lash. Just because it's in Atlanta, it's different. Having Jordan Grace win again is weird. I think Jordan Grace is getting called up after SummerSlam anyway. I think Jordan Grace had enough title chances right now, so let's pull back. Let the hometown girl, Last Legend, have a shot. People know her. She had a Royal Rumble entrance. Remember, she had the Royal Rumble. She's had a lot of matches on SmackDown. I think she's popular. Go back and listen to her SummerSlam. Go back and listen to her Royal Rumble entrance. She got a good pop. She had a louder pop than some of the main roster talent. People know Last Legend. Again, it's her hometown, so big top pop for her in Atlanta. I like the idea of Last Legend facing JT Jane at Evolution. And you can continue the storyline where Fallon Henley helps her win. I would do Blake Monroe is Fallon at Evolution, not Evolution, at the Great American Bash. That makes sense. Thea Hill got cheated out of her win. Well, she didn't get cheated. The ref didn't see it. She should have held on to the damn hold. Never let go of the hold until the ref sees it. Let the ref call it. That's happened in the UFC, by the way, where somebody let go of the hold because of a tap that the ref didn't see. Never expect your opponent to be honest. Hold on to the hold. The ref pulls you off. Wait until the ref pulls you off. To never let go of the hold too early. And that's what she did. But I like the booking, though. I like how that was booked. Kept Thea Hale strong. Now, I was rooting for Thea Hale. I think there's women on NXT who have been kind of held back. I want to see some new faces in the match. We always see Jordan Grace. We always see Jada Parker. I want to see, okay, let's see Thea Hale. Let's see Last Legend. Let the other women get a chance here. So yeah, I wasn't mad about Lash beating Kalani. I wasn't mad about, well, I wanted to see Thea Hale because it's just something new, a little bit fresh. But Jada Parker's great, and we'll see what happens. Blake should beat JC Jane at Great American Bash. Star power matters. I think there'll be enough star power at Evolution, folks. Okay? There'll be enough star power. It's insane that Thea is not even on the all-in card in Texas. That's crazy. Didn't I have her at the damn photo shoot? She was a part of the prep conference, wasn't she? Here's the thing, folks. Athena will probably get on the pre-show card. She'll probably be on the pre-show. But it sucks that they had her out there for the press conference, taking pictures with Swerve and Mercedes Moné, and people thought it was going to be her against Mercedes, and it's nowhere close. Nowhere close. I think Tony Khan should be worried. He should be concerned. I think Athena I know she loves Triple H. She says that Triple H cares about her in her career. So if he keeps messing around, I can see Triple H give her a call and say, hey, Athena, come over here. We love you. I'm a fan. You know I care about you. Come on over. Come home. It's possible. I think the way he's handled her has been very, very stupid. What do you think of Trish Stratus on SmackDown? I hate it. That's not fair. I don't hate it. I think Trish Stratus should not be on Evolution. I said it before. I said it again. And I'll say it again. I think their legends should step back. Nikki Bella is enough. I don't want to see all these legends. Let the current crop of women cook. I don't need to see Trish. I don't need to see Lita. I don't need to see what's her face? Michelle McCool. I don't need to see Mickie James. Let the current women, the current stars cook. Look at the roster. It's stacked. It's so goddamn stacked. You don't need any damn legends. I'm sorry, Nikki Bella. I'm sorry, Trish Stratus. I don't need to see you. Let Stephanie cook. Let Io cook. Let Asuka cook. Let Rhea and Chelsea Green and the current talent cook. I don't need to see all these legends on the card. The women, this is the most stacked women's division in history. When you include NXT with the main roster, this is the most stacked group of women. Let me see Julia. I don't need to see Trish. I don't need to see Lita. I don't need to see the old heads. I'm sorry. Let the current crop of women cook. What's up, Emma? If Jade wins Queen of the Ring, I think she will. Who was Tiffany defending the belt at Evolution? Tiffy versus Alexa Bliss. No, that's Charlotte Flair's match, right? Yeah, that's a problem, right? Problem for old Tiffany. Because Charlotte Flair, you can't do that again. Jade Cargill wins Queen of the Ring. That's a SummerSlam match, right? Um, Nia Jax. This time, cage match. I don't know. Last women's standing match. I would not be surprised. Not at all. If they did it again, they could do it again. Nia, Tiffany, this time, the ultimate stipulation. The ultimate Hell in a Cell, or yeah, Hell in a Cell. Why not? Tiffany, Nia Jax, Hell in a Cell at Evolution, or cage match, or whatever, street fight. Not be surprised one bit if they beat that feud into the ground. Because again, there's limited options. Can't do Naomi really because she wants to cash in. Why the hell are you giving her a title shot? It makes no sense. Can't do Jade because Jade has a match at SummerSlam. Can't do, you name him. Can't do Michin. Can't do BFAB. Can't do Bianca Belair because she's injured and a babyface. I don't love that for an Evolution. So yeah, Nia Jax again. Isn't it fun? How long does Becky hold the IC title? At least till SummerSlam. At least till SummerSlam. Oh yeah, Trish Stratus. That's probably not a Champions though, right? Or maybe Evolution. I forgot about Trish. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Of course, that's what it is. Tiffany against Nia Jax at Night of Champions. Trish against Tiffany at Evolution. You get it? Seen an evolution of women's wrestling? Got the old head against the new head. The old guard against the new guard. Old blonde against the new blonde. It makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Your question has been answered. Tiffany against Trish Stratus. Build up the current roster women. Stop relying on the legend to sell shit. At this point, Ronda Rousey wouldn't surprise me. They could bring back Ronda Rousey. I would not be surprised one bit. Ronda against Tiffany. Ronda against Io at Evolution, some shit like that. Or Ronda against Rhea Ripley. Remember when Ronda was supposed to face Rhea Ripley originally as Mania 39, I think it was. Was it 38? No, 39, right? We can bring back Ronda. I mean, they just brought back freaking Goldberg. So you could do Ronda against Rhea Ripley at Evolution. Stop bringing back the old heads. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I just think those spots should be given to the current talent. Let them elevate. Let them get over, you know? But I think you're right. Trish, Nia Jax, Nia Champions. I say Trish. I'm sorry, because it sounds so familiar, right? Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton. You're going to get Tiffany against Nia Jax and Nia Champions. Then you're going to get Tiffany against Trish at Evolution. I love Beth Phoenix's idea. It's not going to happen. You're going to Trish against Tiffany. That's what you're going to get. Oh, should I have another baby? Okay, okay, never mind then. I didn't know that. No Ronda then. Sorry against Sol Ruka. That's too early. I think Sol Ruka will defend, but that'll be at Great American Bash. I don't think you should remove the women completely from Great American Bash. So I think the mid-card belt, the women's North American title, will get defended at a Great American Bash. Probably Izzy Dame against... Not probably. That's a match. Ulrika against Easy Dame. Right now, Easy Dame is trying to recruit Tatum Paxley. Right now, Tatum Paxley needs a friend, and she's trying to hug Ulrika, and she cost him the match apparently, even though it was kind of Zarya's fault herself. It wasn't really Tatum's fault, but I think you're gonna get Ulrika against Easy Dame at Great American Bash. Maybe Tatum turns and helps Easy Dame, causing more friction between Zarya and Ulrika. But yeah, that's the match. Izzy against Soul. Unfortunately, Richard, I think Tatum will join the culling. I hate the idea. I think Tatum is getting a Raw deal. I think she's great. I think she's very exciting in the ring. I love her innovation. I love her stuff. But she's getting scraps. So I don't know what's going to happen with Tatum Paxley. I'm kind of worried for her. They don't see what I see. I see a talent that can get over as a singles winner, as a singles champion. I see it in her, but they don't see it. So I don't know what's going to happen with Tatum. I'm worried about her. At least she wasn't released yet. At least she wasn't released. At least she wasn't released. But yeah. Boy, folks, we're figuring it out, aren't we? Figuring it all out here on the stream. We know Tiffany's plans. We think we know what they might do with Liv Morgan's injury. What else we want to figure out here? So are you saying that NXT talent on Evolution will be the NXT World's Women's title? Yeah, that's it. For the women, I think so. Remember, folks, the main roster is stacked. It's a stacked roster. Go down the list. Rhea, Charlotte, Asuka, Kyrie, Io, Julia, Stephanie. It's so stacked up there. Bayley, Lyra, Becky Lynch. There's so much talent in the main roster. You can't pull 2 NXT women's matches up there. You can't. So you're going to get one, the world title for NXT, and then the mid-card will be at the Great American Bash, I think. There's so much talent on the main roster, folks. I'm telling you. It's going to be tough to get those women on the card. Not to mention the Brigadier Legends, Nikki Bella, Trish Stratus, you know. It's going to be tough getting on that card. It's going to be tough getting on that card. Io against Vaquer at Evolution? Probably. Sure. Assuming you're doing Rhea Ripley and versus Raquel in a tag team with Nikki Bella and Roxanne Perez, yeah. Why not? Who else? We could do Asuka or Kairi Sane, but that would require a heel turn. Is there enough time to pull that story off? Sure, but I agree. Stephanie, Io, Evolution, makes sense. Chris, Tiffany, Io, Vaquer, yep, it makes sense. It makes sense. What's going on with this bracket? Thea Hill and Nikki Lions? BFAB and Alba Fire. Okay, so I like Alba Fire. I like Thea Hill. So please do Thea against Alba Fire. But yeah, this looks so random. Very, very random. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Random ass bracket there. Random ass bracket. I don't see a cash in at Evolution anymore. Nah, probably SummerSlam. What's Evolution's main event? That's a damn good question. At first, I would have said Rhea Ripley, but tag match doesn't work for me. Probably Io Stephanie. Yeah, probably Io Stephanie. Or dare I say, Tiffany Trish? No, I would go Io Stephanie, but that's just me. I told you, Richard, it's going to be Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella against Roxanne and Raquel. That's your match for Rhea Ripley, a tag match. Ministry of Dark, get your negative Nancy ass out of here. Io's not making the evolution card. Okay. How much you want to bet? If Io is off the card, I'll delete my account. Trish versus Tiffany, Io versus Vaquer, Alexa against Charlotte Flair, Nikki and Brie against Roxanne and Raquel. Nicholas, where is Rhea Ripley? Where is Rhea Ripley? Nikki turns heel at Evolution on Rhea Ripley. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah, I think Rhea Ripley, Nikki, it's a tag match. I think it's happening. Makes too much sense with Raquel and Rhea Ripley right now. And that's a match. It was probably going to be a 6-woman tag match again, but that's not happening because Liv Morgan got injured. So, what are you going to do? The Io concern trolling has gotten to the point where people are saying Io won't be on Evolution. Yeah, that's crazy. She'll be on that card, man. She'll be on that card. Any other questions about anything? WWE, NXT, AW, Joshi World. Any other questions about anything before wrap it up here? It's not okay. This sucks, man. Okay, I'm looking at Liv Morgan news. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck. It really does suck. I loved Blake Monroe's presentation. That was great. I love how women were featured on NXT a lot yesterday. That was pretty cool. I'm loving a lot of stuff that's happening on TV right now. It sucks that Liv Morgan is injured. That's the big sad thing going on right now. Very, very sad. It's really, really sad. Thoughts on the men's division in NXT? I like what they're doing with Trick Williams with the TNA title. I like that. I'm a fan of his faction with AJ Francis and the crew. That's cool. I feel they could do more with Obafemi. I do not care about Tony D and the family. I literally mute the TV when they're on. I'm sorry to tell you the truth. That sucks, but don't care about the family at all. Or none of that stuff with Tony D and his beef with the family. I hate it all. Mute. Go get some food. I don't pay attention at all. At all, I don't. Where's Rizzo? I don't know. But if I was her, I'd be worried. I'll be very, very worried if I was her. NXT's great male champ, but no depth. You have the a little bit of a feud between Ricky Starks and who is Ricky Starks feuding with again? Oh yeah, Sante Didonis. Don't care about that really. I like what they're doing with no quarter catch crew. Wait, that's not the name of the faction. Wait. What the hell is the name of Charlie Dempsey's faction? Wait, is it no? It is no quarter question. I'm losing it. It is no quarter question. It is what it is. I'm losing it, folks. Been a long day. I like what they're doing with that faction. I like how they're all kind of branching out. Next will be Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights will leave. I think Charlie Dempsey's going to turn heel. I think it's time to elevate those talents. It's time to elevate Tavion Heights. It's time to elevate Charlie Dempsey. I want to see Charlie Dempsey go for the NXT North American title. I want to see him challenge for Obafemi. Elevate Charlie Dempsey. Elevate Tavion Heights. It's time. They're talented people. Give them some shine. Get them out of the whole damn Heritage Cup bullshit. I think I want to see Charlie Dempsey face North American champion. Like, give Charlie Dempsey more shit. Elevate him. I like Tavion Heights a lot. Elevate him too. Time. They're ready. Push them. See what they can do. I say it's time. Oh yeah, I've got to say, Goldberg is now. Let me tell you about Goldberg. Don't care. The old bald fraud needs to get out of here. You know what really soured me on Goldberg was his comments on Asuka. Remember that not too long ago? There's some Japanese woman. I'm sorry, girl. It says some Japanese girl beat my record. What's her name? Asuka. Asuka beat my record, and shitting on Triple H for doing that. He said that they gave her the record out of spite. Ever since I heard that shit, ever since I just did not care about this old man. I don't want to see him face anybody. Get your old ass out of here. Retire. I hope Gunther squashes him. Luckily, it's happening on Saturday Night Main Event, in between NXT and in between Evolution. So nobody's going to care. Nobody's really going to care about him. The match will come and go. We'll focus on Evolution, and that'll be the end of it. I don't care about Goldberg. Go away. Retire. Get the hell out of here. Not interested. Was Io not the last woman to main event WWE TV match in 2025? I don't remember. They're probably going to do a battle royal at Evolution. Oh yeah, that's true. That'll probably happen. They should. Get women on the card. I have no problem with that one bit. No problem. We're supposed to see what's her face soon. Got injured. She's coming back. Blanking on her name because I'm bad with names. Working under Adam Pearce before she got injured. What is her name? Gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. I'm all blinking on names. Always. Come on, think about it. Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. Yeah, Kiana James. That's what it is. That's what it is, Richard. I forgot. She should be back soon. So hopefully we'll see some Kiana James. Short program with Julia and Roxanne, the main event, a couple episodes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Talking to Ministry of Dark about shit. Kiana James should be with Charlotte Flair. I like that idea. I like it. I like that idea a lot. Put Kiana James with Charlotte Flair. I love it. Naomi catching at SummerSlam and become champion, probably. It's not a bad idea. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, folks. Any last questions about anything? Are you excited about AEW tonight? What's happening? Isn't it like a Mexican show tonight for AEW? Am I crazy, or is there some type of yeah, Grand Slam Mexico tonight, right? Forward to that. I'm looking forward to Grand Slam Mexico tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Look at Kyrie Sane's recent tweet. Okay. I will do that right now. Hopefully it's not depressing. Hopefully it's not depressing. Let's see. Kyrie saying, Twitter, reply. I see. So she's kind of addressing the whole thing about her being in matches where people get injured. It's back to back now with Zoe Stark and Liv Morgan. She's saying, yeah, it sucks. Even if it's not intentional, knowing that someone was hurt in a match with me is something I care deeply about. It breaks my heart. So the people who are saying, oh, she doesn't care because she's staying in character, those people need to go touch her ass. So weird. Like, of course she doesn't. Of course she feels something. Of course she's upset that her colleague and friend got injured in a match. I mean, of course. It sucks. It's bad luck. Zoe Stark was bad luck. Liv Morgan was bad luck. It is what it is. She should feel no guilt whatsoever. It's not her fault. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, it's about the. Yeah, she's addressing the negative backlash. I mean, come on. Of course, it's not her fault. It is what it is. It just sucks. Sucks. That's all. Yeah, it sucks. Ministry of Dark. Give it a rest. All right. Like we can only have so much. Liv Morgan. I'm sorry. Let's say Liv Morgan. We can only have so much Io Sky complaining. All right. Calm down. Don't make me put you in timeout. Liv stands hating on Kyrie, man, grow up. Yeah, it sucks. A month of bad booking doesn't mean they aren't liked in the company, or you're arguing with Ministry of Dark right now. Our ministry, you're getting put in a 5-minute timeout just for funsies. I'm just like trying that out right now. Oh, wrong person. Wrong person. Oops. My bad. I don't even. This is what happens when I mess with stuff. Like, how do I even like undo this? My bad. How do I even undo this? That's funny. I think I might accidentally put John Wrestling in timeout by accident. Oops. Any last questions? Bad women reigns isn't just an EO problem. I do miss Ilya Dragunov as well. I think he'll be back in the next few months, I think. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, though. All right, folks. That is it for stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And let me know your thoughts on Liv Morgan and her booking and what they need to do. Do they need to put Roxanne Perez in her spot? Do they need to, I don't know, take the tag titles off of Roxanne and Raquel, or put them on those two? See what happens. Should Nikki Bella and Brie win the titles at SummerSlam? You tell me. I have no idea. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's good. But Liv Morgan would be missed. Great talent. Was doing her best work. Awesome work she was doing, but now she's injured. So we'll see what happens later on. Hopefully it all works out. All right, guys. See you when I see you. Later.